And now we're going to be doing, and we are doing good. But
Well,
look at as an example, last week, a few days ago, Gallup did a poll. 56% of the people said that they're better off now during a pandemic than they were during Obama and Biden. 56%. It was a record number, right?
Yes, but I want to know if you're what, ignoring the fact that there are unemployment claims?
No, I don't ignore it.
Okay, well, what are you saying about
What
that?
I'm saying is that we got hit with somebody. It's not our fault. We
I
got
know,
hit.
but what
And
do
we've
you-
done a good job. Not a good job. We've done a great job. Remember that number, a very important number. 56% say they're happier now than they were 4 years ago under Biden and Obama, right? I'll put his name first. Biden and Obama. And they didn't have a pandemic, although Biden did have a big problem with H1N1, which he says in reverse, with the H1N1 swine flu, and it was a disaster. And his own chief of staff said it was a total disaster. They didn't know what they were doing.
Can we go back for 1 second to the pandemic? Because you called Dr. Fauci and other health officials idiots. And
Dr.
I'm wondering,
Fauci,
I'm
where did I
wondering
call
if you
where did I
think,
call him an
I'm
idiot?
wondering if you
Where did I
think
call him an idiot?
you called them idiots. I wonder if you
Well, he's been
think-
wrong a lot. I like him, but he's been wrong
I
a lot.
wonder if you think that masks don't work. Is
Well,
that
Dr.
what
Fauci
you're
originally
saying?
said, you know, it's a very
No, but
complex
what do you
subject.
say? Do you say
Let me
masks
just tell you,
don't
you
work?
mentioned Dr. Fauci said, don't wear masks. Then he said, wear them.
What do you
I
think?
say that I feel masks possibly work. But certainly you want to stay away a certain distance, socially distance, etc. But I would say a mask works, and I have nothing against masks, and I tell people to wear masks. I have
Well,
no
tell
problem.
me then about these rallies you've been having.
A lot of people are
With
wearing
people-
masks, and they're
A lot of people
outside.
aren't. I'm watching all these people jammed in together, and I'm seeing most of them without masks. And I'm wondering the message that you're sending with these pictures coming across.
Take a look.
the-
Yesterday, we were in Arizona, record-setting rallies, numbers of people like nobody's seen before.
Well,
Many,
you
many
used to have
masks. I
bigger
watched.
rallies. You
What?
You used to have bigger rallies.
No, these are much bigger than I ever
I
had.
don't want to bicker over that.
You know,
Tell me
you're
about
so
the mask
negative,
wearing.
you're so negative. These are the biggest rallies we've ever had. You just come in here with that negative attitude. These are the biggest rallies we've ever had. We are having numbers like we've never had.
Tell me about the
There is
masks.
more, excuse me, no, but you made a statement. There's more enthusiasm right now for us than we ever had before, ever. And you will see that in a short period of time.
But what about the masks?
A lot of people are wearing masks. I mean, I looked yesterday, a lot of people were, and it's outdoor. They want it outdoor, and we're doing it
But
outdoor.
I can't believe after what happened in the Rose Garden here, after the announcement, with all the people getting sick, that you are not being more strongly encouraging about wearing masks at your
I
rallies.
tell people to wear
But you
masks.
don't.
Leslie, we hand out thousands of
But
masks.
you
at
look
every
out and
rally.
you're not wearing them. And you don't say, please put on
Well,
your
have you
mask.
been looking yesterday? Take a look yesterday in Arizona. Everybody behind me
But
had a
I'm
mask
looking
on.
at other places. I'm looking at Wisconsin, which is a hot spot right
Right,
now.
right. A lot of people had
A lot
masks.
of people
And it was
without masks.
outside.
And you don't get up there and say, look, you know, come on.
Go
I
ahead.
don't want you to
What's your
get
next
sick.
question, Leslie? We're outside. The rallies are bigger than they've ever been. There's more enthusiasm than we've ever had. There has never been anything like what you're witnessing now, and you'll see that soon.
Okay, but I'm asking about masks, not about the size of your rallies. I'm asking why
You
you want to
commented on the size of the
I know,
rally.
but
You
I'm
said they're not as
asking-
big as they used to be, and I'm telling you they're much bigger.
Okay, but I'm asking you now about the masks. Why aren't you getting up there and saying, I had it, I don't want you to get it, so please
Leslie,
put your mask on?
We hand out masks to everybody that comes to the rally. We tell them to wear the masks.
You don't, and they love you.
Oh, I
and
don't
they-
know, Leslie. I
If
tell
they
them wear
heard you
them.
say it,
I have no problem. No
they
problem.
love you, they would
Next
pay
question, go
attention
ahead, go
to
ahead.
anything you said. Okay,
I hope you're right. Go ahead.
okay. This is important. Okay, I'll ask you another health question, okay?
Huh?
You promised that there was going to be a new health package, healthcare plan.
Yeah,
You said that it was going to be great. You said it's ready, it's going to be
It will be.
ready, it's all ready. It'll be here in 2 weeks. It's going to be like nothing you've ever seen before, and of course, we haven't seen it. So why didn't you develop a health plan?
it is developed, it is fully developed, it's going to be announced very
When?
soon when we see what happens with
Over and
Obamacare,
over.
which is not good. And when we see what happens with Obamacare.
But if the Supreme Court,
And it will be much less expensive than Obamacare, which is a disaster, and it will take care of people with pre-existing conditions.
but your plan was to repeal and replace, and if the Supreme Court finishes Obamacare, there will be all these people stranded.
No,
because
there
there's no
won't. We will make
replacement.
a deal, and we will have a great healthcare plan
But you keep
with
saying that.
less expensive, and a much better plan.
Why haven't we seen it?
You have seen it. I've been putting out pieces all over the place, and we actually have plans. And we have 180 million people right now have a plan. And you haven't been watching. You haven't been watching.
But what about the pre-existing, people with pre-existing conditions? If the Supreme
Are
Court.
protected. Will be totally protected.
How?
They'll be protected,
How?
Leslie. I mean, the people with
How?
pre-existing conditions are going to be
How?
protected as they are now.
How?
In any plan we do,
But there
they will
isn't.
be protected. Leslie, people with pre-existing conditions will be always protected, always.
But if the Supreme Court ends this, Obamacare,
Well, we'll have to see what happens. It's got a ways to go. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think it'll end. I hope that they end it. It'll be so good if they
And
end
if they
it,
end it,
because we
it's-
will come up with a plan, which
Will.
will be a. Yeah, we will.
but you said it would already.
We have large sections of it already done. And we've already come up with plans. Take a look at your various secretaries, various plans that we've already come up with. And also, a large part of this country has private health insurance.
Yes.
180 million people. And under that, Biden, he doesn't have any clue, but under that, 180 million people will lose their health care. And they'll go to socialized medicine, and that's not going to be acceptable.
Okay.
180 million people, Leslie, will go to socialized medicine. It
And-
won't
and-
be, it will not be acceptable.
And if the Affordable Care Act is determined to be unconstitutional,
Then we're going to have
whatever,
and it's going to be very good, and
Yeah,
it's
but
going
you keep saying that and don't show it to us. And so people with pre-existing
to, we've come up with
conditions-
many plans, Leslie, and they're already in existence. I'll tell you what, after this interview, I will show you short-term, longer-term, I'll show you different plans. We've come up with many plans. And we cut the individual mandate out. The individual mandate is gone. That was the worst part of Obamacare. That's gone.
Okay, all of that, I grant you, all of that. But if there's no plan, a replacement plan.
Right.
And the Supreme Court says that Obamacare goes away, people with pre-existing conditions will be stranded.
No.
And that's just a fact.
It's wrong. It's
No.
wrong. A new plan will happen.
But will.
And we won't do anything, will and is. We won't do anything and no plan unless we have pre-existing conditions covered. And the individual mandate, which you don't want to mention, was terminated. It was terminated. Individual mandate was terminated. That is the biggest thing that's happened. And that actually makes Obamacare not Obamacare. Because under that, you would pay a fortune for the privilege of not having to pay for bad health insurance. We got it terminated. Terminated through the legislature. Signed, done. That means Obamacare is no longer Obamacare. We got rid of the most important element of Obamacare, and it was the worst element of Obamacare that nobody wanted, nobody liked. So Obamacare essentially was terminated as we know it. Now we have the carcass of Obamacare.
Well, part of the
We've
carcass
managed
is
it well.
pre-existing.
Leslie, we've managed it well. I had a choice to make. When we got rid of the individual mandate, nobody believed we could do that, and I did it. Right? I had a choice to make. Do I manage the remainder of whatever's left of this whole thing called Obamacare, which is no good? Do I manage it well or manage it badly? If I manage it well,